Thing is, yeah, we're live.
We are
We're back.
live. Fucking
Yeah, unfortunately, Citizen 333 fucking got his stream took down because he showed fucking too many clips of the Total Recall film.
too many tits.
Yeah,
That might
good
have been
clips.
it. Maybe it was that the nudity.
It was it's three tits. It's a hooker with
Oh
three tits. No wonder you
yeah,
got a strike.
yeah,
Community
yeah, yeah.
guidelines.
It could have
It
been
says
the three
guidelines,
tip
not
thing.
strike.
Yeah. Makes me wish I had three pair of hands. Makes me wish I had three channels.
In fact, I'm bringing
Yeah.
up now YouTube terms and conditions, um, decency community guidelines, subsection 4, page 5, paragraph 3. Thou shall not display any hookers, especially three-breasted hookers, with the three breasts live on air.
That might
Showing
have
a
been it.
three-breasted hooker will lead to an immediate strike. So you broke the
Yeah,
three-breasted hooker rule.
The thing is, I
yeah.
pulled that clip off of YouTube already from another YouTube clip, so
The
they got away with it.
irony.
But
See, it should be. That's like if I'm following a car, I shouldn't get a speeding ticket, but that don't work either. Yeah.
right.
If I copy something off a YouTube channel, then I shouldn't get a copyright, shouldn't get any trouble because if I take something off YouTube, why is it a problem for YouTube? Exactly. So why aren't they getting a exactly? No, now you whoa, that's blatant. That is. So they can show three tits, but you can't.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, so we've continued the fucking discussion talk on Total Recall on my stream and that. See, got any viewers and that, but there's one or two, but yeah, there's no comments in the chat about Total Recall or out, but
Oh,
yeah,
or out. Come on,
great film
recallers.
though. As I was saying, and Captain, you
Right.
nicely summed it up with the film. Everything in that film is real, apart from the beginning dream scene. But everything in it is real, apart from Quaid, who is
Here we go.
a fake memory implant.
True story.
So you
Mm,
think by going to Total Recall, it broke his programming, and that's what because he remembered who he was, but still had the personality of Quaid, the new personality.
That's why they didn't want him going. Yeah, I'm thinking that from a plot perspective because it means that they are inefficient. Basically, well, the people that not Quaid, but that Hauser is working for.
yeah, they,
Cohagen.
yeah,
Is it Hagen or Hagen? Cohagen Das.
yeah,
I think Arnold
yeah,
calls him Cohagen.
Cohagen. Right,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so it means that Quaid is actually Cohagen, and so they're expecting to send him in, but they don't want him to go to recall. But they were expecting that must be the case, right? Because he is about to go on an undercover mission. They've just set it off accidentally, following the logic of the movie, right?
yeah. Well, yeah. The thing is they've got um Hauser as memory implanted as Quaid in a sort of like job and that where I think they're probably going to win him some competition or like fix a competition for him to go to Mars, or they're
Or
just going to get him to like fucking save some money up and go to Mars. But he fucks up their plans by going to the Total Recall Center, where, as you say, his workmates tell him not to go because they know if he goes to Total Recall Center, he's gonna fucking get his
Like his old
Quaid.
memories back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna get his Quaid memory removed, and it once the Quaid memory is removed, his Hauser memory it gets stops being repressed. And in the film, that does happen because with the recall memory, you can only have one memory implant. And so,
You can't be two people at a time. That would be silly.
yeah. And so, because you can only have, like one fake implant memory because
Memory.
as Captain says, there's no point in having two fake memories in it because you can only use one. And so you have your original memory, which in this case is Hauser, and you have your fake memory, which is Quaid. And so when Quaid goes in, they're thinking that he hasn't got a fake memory implant. They think his memory is no. And so when they go to put in a fake memory, they see that he's already got a fake memory in. And so they remove the fake memory, which is Quaid, and then Hauser comes alive and he knows that his memory shouldn't be there until the mission's completed. And so that's when he tells them, "You've blown the cover and that. You're gonna die. I'll kill you. You're gonna all die."
So he was having a flashback to being Hauser at that moment.
Well, no. At that moment, he is Hauser because he's had the Quaid fake implant removed, and so now he's Hauser. And so, Anthony Jill says, "Get your ass to Mars." Yeah.
Your ass to Mars.
Get your ass to Mars.
Yeah.
Get your ass to Mars.
Yeah. At that stage, because they removed the Quaid memory implant, he's Hauser. And that's when they sedate him and put in the fucking Quaid memory back in, and they know, like, oh, this is dodgy as fuck. It's like, we don't want anything to do with this. We'll just stick him in a taxi and fucking send him off. And hopefully we don't fucking hear anything else. Yeah. And Canadian Spider-Man says, anywhere but
Kanakistan.
Yeah.
Kanakistan.
Yeah. And Jill says, oh my gosh, I was just saying earlier, I miss seeing you around, Canadian Spider-Man. And Canadian Spider-Man says, yes,
Manifested in Jill.
fucking Captain and Citizen, do I have to quit my job so we can play now? Lols. Oh, but no, we're not playing. It's all about fucking Total Recall. Unless it's playing How to Get to Mars.
So you know the end of the film where what was his name? Copenhagen?
Yeah.
Was that
Copenhagen.
What was his name again?
Cohagen.
Cohagen. But when he's like, when that dude's showing Quaid the video of Hauser saying he was going to take over his body again, and it's like, you're actually in my body and I want it back. And he says he's like his best friend. Was that a ploy, or was that the real original Hauser?
Yeah, that is the original Hauser, because Hauser knows that if the plan goes all correctly and he doesn't die, that he will have to fucking have the Quaid memory removed, and so he can be Hauser again. So that's when he sort of like does that sort of like little speech where he's like saying to himself, look, mate, thanks for fucking helping me finish this mission off. But, and as it says, I hate to be an Indian giver, but I was here first. And so that's what he's saying, look, mate, thanks for helping me out, but you're a fake memory, and I'm the real fucking person. You're just a fake memory, and I'm going to have you removed so I can be myself again.
Okay, that makes sense. It just seems like everything Cohagen says is like a lie in one way or another. So I wasn't
No,
sure about that scene, if it was like a ploy or if that was the real
yeah,
house.
yeah,
But yeah, the way you explain it makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, no. He's lying about the fucking um, machines because he claims that he doesn't know what the machines are for in that. And then when he does find out what they're for, because it's to make oxygen on Mars, he claims that, oh no, well, they won't even work or out. Where obviously is just lying because he doesn't want the machines to work on Mars, because then that fucks up his business of selling oxygen on Mars. So but everything he's telling fucking Quaid about him being Hauser is all true, because he sort of like tries to fucking get Quaid to be Hauser, but Quaid doesn't. And there's that line in it where it's like, oh, I wanted fucking Hauser, but no, you had to be Quaid. And that's him saying, I'm pissed off because you're a fucking fake memory that shouldn't even be alive, and you're fucking stopping me from being with my mate Hauser. And now I'm going to have to kill my mate Hauser because you're fucking going to set off the machines in his body.
But then remember, he says that Hauser had turned against him.
No,
And
that was
right.
the
That was
point.
right before he
Not
showed him that
Hauser,
video.
Quaid.
No, that was the ploy to fucking tell the resistance that fucking Hauser was a fucking gonna help him when he wasn't gonna help him. He only, because they found out Hauser was working for him and that, and so Hauser made a fucking bullshit story up that he was going to help him and that, and turn against fucking Cohagen. But really, he's helping Cohagen, but he just told them that so they didn't want to kill him when he goes back. They just pissed off with him.
So what do you think makes him, like, attracts him to going to Total Recall? Do you think it's because he has like something in him that remembers?
Yeah, well, he's having these dreams of Mars, you see, because in the film he's been to Mars as Hauser. He lives on Mars as Hauser and that, and so he's got all these memories of fucking Mars, and so when he's Quaid living on Earth, he's still having these dreams. No, he's gone.
Well, he didn't like that, did he?
Well, it might be his internet or something.
Maybe it's an implant. Maybe Citizen was never here, and the whole thing was just a memory implant.
Yeah, it's like I look back on the stream, and it is just, oh no, he's back. It was like it's just man in your avatar. Okay, me just talking to myself.
Sorry,
no one's ever really gone.
No one's ever really gone. No, I was getting a phone call. It kicked me off the StreamYard.
Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, Hauser, he lived on Mars and that because he works on Mars and that. And
for the
so,
agency, right? Yeah.
Wait, he works for the agency. So he's got all these memories of Mars, and so when he gets his memory fucking repressed and replaced and with Quaid's memory and put on Earth, he's still, when he's having dreams, his lucid fucking conscience is still dreaming of Mars, And this is sort of like sets him off to like fucking want to go to Mars. And because he can't afford it, because I think it's too expensive for him to go to Mars, he tries the second best thing, which is fucking getting a fake memory implant of being on Mars. But as I say, because Quaid's memory is not an original memory, it's a fake memory. When he goes to the Total Recall Center, they take out the fake memory, which is Quaid, and then Hauser is fucking there, who kicks off at the staff for fucking blowing his cover because he's on this secret mission to infiltrate the sort of resistance.
Because Quaid is the cover, so he's already undercover as Quaid, because we start the movie as Hauser as Quaid with a false memory of him being Quaid, not knowing he's Hauser, obviously.
Yeah.
Because Quaid doesn't know that Quaid isn't Quaid, he's actually Hauser, and he's actually working for Cohagen, where he thinks he's Quaid. But he's actually not, he's Hauser. Pay attention, he's not, he's Hauser working for Cohagen. He's really Hauser. But he doesn't know he's Hauser. That's not Quaid. There is no Quaid. What you're seeing is basically Hauser fucking someone else's girlfriend.
Thinking he's Quaid because he's had his memory repressed, and so
exactly. But he's actually Hauser, and he's fucking Richter's girlfriend, Laurie. She's Richter's girlfriend, and he's fucking her brains out. And Richter's trying not to think about the fact that Hauser is fucking his girlfriend. Well, he doesn't know he's fucking Richter's girlfriend. He thinks that's his wife. Well, that's the clue. If it was his wife, he wouldn't be fucking her, would he? Think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like biggest goal. Wait, Pavlov dog catcher costume says, "What were you thinking?" I think it's talking to Joe. Isn't that? Yeah. Sparrow says, "Ha, old habits." That's all. Yeah, that was like a conversation.
Can you hear yourself, Mr. Spider-Man? Having these conversations. Marriage joke.
You like the marriage joke, yeah. Well, yeah, because like,
see, to add a layer to it, then Laurie probably says to Hauser, who she has to remember to call Quaid, even though she knows his actual name is Hauser. She goes, "Quaid, let's spice it up. Let's get kinky, and let's pretend that I've got a boyfriend called Richter, and you're fucking me on the side. Go on for a bit of kink." "Okay, sure, whatever, Laurie. And you'll pretend that you're the maid. And I'm gonna fuck you." You put on a Spanish accent, pretend you're the fucking maid. Fuck your freedom, wear a mask.
Yeah. Yeah, because of that bit after he comes from Total Recall and his mates try to fucking arrest him because they're like, "Oh yeah, the mission's gone a bit awry. We need to."
Now the thing is, they can't arrest Hauser because Hauser's on their side, but because he thinks that he's Quaid, they can't arrest the person he is, but they can arrest the person he thinks he is. Right? Because you can't arrest Quaid because Quaid don't exist, but they can't arrest Hauser's because Hauser's on their side. But he thinks he's Quaid, so they can arrest him. But they can't shoot him because he's Hauser. See, his mind is Quaid, but his body is Hauser. Do you know what I mean, citizen? Are you taking notes or are you up to speed by now?
Yeah, I follow.
Yeah.
So he's Hauser. It's not a dream. Yeah, go on then. Fucking.
Yeah, then I would say they try to like fucking beat him up and fucking. When he tries to kill him, that's when they try to kill him, and he kills them, sort of thing. And that's when like the mission's gone tits up.
Because who's killed them? Quaid or Hauser? No one knows.
Oh, it's Quaid.
Legal nightmare.
Quaid, Quaid kills him, right? And then he goes upstairs because he thinks his wife, Sharon Stone, he thinks
Laurie.
she's going to help him, but
Yeah,
she
she tries to
knows
kill
that
him,
that Quaid has now gone rogue and the mission's sort of like gone off and that, and she's
Well,
got to
because
stop
House has
him.
gone all Quaid.
Yeah, yeah. And so she tries to stop him by beating him up, but she like done and that because Arnie fucking slaps her around a bit. But anyway, that's when fucking
You're a
he goes to
baby.
Mars and that shit.
Because
Oh,
you're
no.
a baby. That's the difference between you and me, Quaid. You're a baby. I hit you, Quaid. I just slapped you. I didn't deck you, Quaid. You're a baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's the reason why he can't go to Mars. I think it's because it's like one of them trips that like fucking it's like too long or well not too long, but he ain't got the time to go or
Well, he
to
pledged to go to Mars, but he
yeah,
didn't.
but
He
I
pledged to
think
go to Mars, but he didn't actually
yeah,
go to Mars. So he considers a false memory and a holiday synonymously. This, I, I use the terms memory implant and 2-week vacation synonymously. They're synonymous.
yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, I think it's because he can't take any time off work to go to Mars. So that's why he went to Total Recall. But
But
then
if
when
you
it
haven't
all
gone
kicks
for,
off,
but if you don't actually go for 2 weeks, don't you notice when you come back that you actually haven't gone to Mars, and therefore that completely subverts the whole idea of recall existing in the first place, giving you a memory implant you think is they have to stick you in
That's
a
a good
room for
point.
2 weeks, otherwise you haven't had any time off. You've still got, you still get your holiday pay. What are you doing? You've not had 2 weeks off yet.
no, but that's the like best thing in it because you think you've been
But you
away
don't.
for
And
2
they have to keep
weeks.
you in a room. And what about the suntan? You get a bit of a suntan on Mars. Do they have to put
No,
you on
but
the sun? They put you on the sunbed for
Captain,
2 weeks.
yeah, but
They haven't thought it through. Yes.
Captain,
Yes.
I know you took your dance drugs in the past,
I
and
actually
so
haven't. Did you know that? That's an assumption people make about me. But go on.
right. Well,
You're
anyway,
thinking of Brown
well, if you did,
Alliance.
you know, like some people like it because they think they've been dancing for days and days, even though it's only been for like a few hours. But
Oh, that's psychedelics, perfectly legally in Amsterdam. Yeah, I know about the time dilation. No, you think 3,000
yeah,
years
well, there we
gone by
go.
and it's 10 minutes.
Well, there we go. It's yeah, but
Or
it's
vice versa, which is
that's what
weird.
the Total Recall was like.
I mean, in a way, I think I'm at
Promoting itself
recall. Do you
on.
know, in a way, there's still a part of me that thinks I'm still on that bed in Amsterdam with Leilani. There's still a bit of me that thinks this is just a really long trip, and I'm still right now. I'm in Amsterdam with
Yeah,
Leilani,
you
possibly
wake up.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you hear yourself, Mr. Captain? She's real because she was on a bed with you in Amsterdam taking hallucinogenics.
I've got a picture of Leilani right here. Right, you hang on a minute. Oh damn, it's on the other device that I'm streaming on. Shame. So close.
Mm. Oh yeah, as I say, look, so like, then he goes to Mars and that, and he goes into like the fucking hotel and that, where the fucking think he's Hauser because, as I say, Hauser's lived on Mars and that, and so like, and they've been setting up things because Cohagen he knows about fucking Hauser's plan on giving him a fake memory of Quaid, so he knows that Quaid Hauser being Quaid doesn't know what's going on. So he's there to give him sort of like fucking tips and advice in that to help him survive, which he does, where he fucking gets him to take out the tracker and all this shit.
She's real because you dreamt her.
Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously, it goes into the famous scene where they've got the dude from Total Recall to go in, and they've said to this dude, right, we need you to tell Arnie or to tell Quaid that
Arnie.
he's having a recall fucking amnesia fucking fit thing that is going off script and that, and he needs to take this pill to calm him down, which in the film is going to knock him out so they can get him back to the Total Recall or to a recall fucking system to.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the scene in the hotel room with the dude from the commercial. Or the head of the recall program.
Yeah,
man. So see, that one scene is like rewatching it today. That was where it had the point, like the one clue where it made me kind of realize that it is real. When he says, "If I shoot you in the head, it won't matter," and he goes, "Oh, it doesn't matter to me, but if you shoot me, you're gonna remain in this world, and your whole intellect is gonna fall apart and everything." But then,
and the walls of reality will come crashing down on you, Mr.
Quaid.
Right, but then Quaid sees that bead of sweat go down the dude's forehead.
Yeah,
and so he knows he's full of shit. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. So I was like, okay, it makes sense. And why would that guy come all the way from? I mean, he said he was implanted from Recall, but obviously they shipped him from Earth to Mars just to put on that whole charade and try to convince him to take that pill that would knock him out and put him back in the recall chamber.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, they threatened the dude because he's just like a fucking dude who works for fucking the Total Recall Center, and so they've just threatened him with and his family or whatever. They said, look, if you don't go in there and try and convince Quaid to take this pill, then we're gonna kill you and your family and that. So his option is only to go in there and try and convince, and that's why he just bullshits all that about the walls of reality will come crashing down on you, because it's the only thing he can say apart from, oh right, well, no, I'm not really in Total Recall. We are still on Mars, but these dudes have sent me in, and there's other dudes behind that wall that are going to explode it, fucking, and beat the shit out of you. And so he goes with the well, and I think he's trying to fucking get himself in a position where fucking Quaid believes him, which he does, until, as you say, he sees that bead of sweat, which then Quaid realizes, well, if you were implanted into my brain, you won't be implanted with a sweat organ.
Right, all nervous looking,
yeah,
totally.
So,
it's kind of ironic. The reason he's sweating that he might get caught and shot, but it's the sweating that gives him away. So in other words, he's sweating that he might sweat. And so thinking about sweating makes him sweat.
Yeah. Nothing to fear but fear itself.
Indeed. Nothing to sweat about apart from the idea of sweating.
Yeah. Well, to be fair to the Paul Cod, he don't even want to be there. You can tell, in the film, off camera, it's been what? I've got to do what? Yeah. And we just said, look, if you don't, because it's an organisation, isn't it? They can make people disappear in there. So
I've got to tell him that he doesn't exist, otherwise he might make me stop existing. That's right, you do. Can you hear yourself, Dr. Edgemar? Well, can you hear yourself? You go in there. No, you go in there. Well, it's your company. Can you hear yourself? Or can you hear yourself?
Yeah,
yes.
Hey, Georgie.
Prequels ain't canon, bitch.
But, when he first goes to Total Recall to get the memory implant of the vacation, like before that, his life is normal, other than the dream at the beginning of the film with him and the what's her name
The
from
sleazy
the lady,
brunette.
the sleazy brunette from Mars, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
So-
sleazy,
so-
not slutty, sleazy, very important. Yeah.
So aside from that dream, like there's
Melina.
Melina, yes, thank you. But aside from that dream, how do you? I don't know. It's almost like, could that be a premonition, or was it actual memory, or was it a dream? I don't know, because the thing is, when he goes to
dream.
He's real because he dreamt her. It was a memory. Well, it wasn't a memory of him falling down. The Mars was, I guess, a premonition in a way, but the Melina was a memory. It was a Melina memory dream.
Yeah, it's like when you have a dream of someone you know doing something with you. It don't mean it happened. It just means you dreamt it happened.
But
But-
she's real. She's real because he dreamt her.
Yeah, but usually you've been in that position, or you've been somewhere where, yeah, no, well, you've been somewhere where you will dream of being in a place that you know or you're familiar with, and that's what's happening with that dream.
She's real because he dreamt her. She's real
Yeah.
because he dreamt her. Can you hit yourself, Mr. Me?
Yeah.
I know. I guess my point is, though, from the moment he straps in at Total Recall
Yes.
and starts the dream, like, how do we know that everything after that isn't just him locked in the dream, or like he's just sitting in there in Total
Because
Recall?
it's all happening. Because there's no logic. Because if it was a dream, then the bits that he wasn't in, how are they happening? So that's one thing.
But maybe it's happening in the programming, the recall.
What about the
he becomes a
scenes?
hero?
For example, he goes, "Oh yeah," and he's fucking your girlfriend. Where's
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
Where's Hauser or where's Quaid Hauser for that?
No, I bet she hated every minute of it.
Yep. See, we're seeing that because we're
That's a
watching
good
a
point.
movie.
Yeah.
Quaid's not seeing that. Neither's Hauser.
Right. Yeah. That's good that you mentioned that, actually, because I had that thought too when I was watching it. I'm trying to decipher it, but yeah, I think you guys are probably right that it's real. So
it's one of those where it's like with the Blade Runner. It's vague. It's Fox people for 40 years, or in this case, fewer. Blade Runner's 82. Total Recall's what, 90? So
yeah,
almost. So over 32 years, but like Blade Runner, well, this is why I'll tell you what, there's a book here because these are basically these are cinematic questions without answers that we've answered.
Yeah. Answer derivative Jill says she's going to make her watch Total Recall. Well, we should do a watch party.
Yay! So right now.
Well,
right
I can do
here.
it right now.
No, not now. Not now. I've been
Well,
broadcasting.
I know
non-stop
Citizen
all
don't
day.
want to. But yeah, because then when Quaid finally finds, what's the little fucking
Quattro.
Quattro.
Quato.
Yeah,
Quato.
Quattro.
Yeah, it is Quattro, but I'm just doing the drink Quattro. But yeah, it is Quattro. You are correct.
Yeah. When he finds Quattro and that, and he reads his mind.
Open your mind.
Yeah.
Quaid, citizen, open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. All right, we get it, Captain. Now one more. Open your mind.
That is how it is in the movie too, though. It says it like 20 times.
In fact, yeah, that does lead into one of the best dance music songs ever made, and it goes like this: Open your mind. Open your mind. Ding, 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 ding. In fact, we need to do a remix, Jens, where we add in, can you hear yourself, Mr. Quaid?
Yeah.
Open your mind. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Quaid? Open your mind. Open. I'm going to get a copyright strike. That's open your mind. We'll send you the link, Citizen. You can play that for your next copyright strike on Citizen Radio back in 7 days.
Yep.
That'll be your return track. Open your mind. Ow, open your mind. Ow, dun, 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 dun. Which in turn uses a sample by Simple Minds. Open your mind, Simple Minds. So many layers.
Yeah, 81,
82, 83,
84.
84. See, Jens knows. He knows all the
Yeah.
layers. Yeah, it's from New Gold Dream. Spot on.
Mm.
Open your mind.
Well, yeah, well, anyway, when he does open his mind, he's got Hauser's mind
He
because
does
he's...
open his mind. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Jens? He literally opens his mind.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he sees the glacier and the machine that can melt the glacier from Hauser's memory that was buried.
Yeah. And so Quattro sees the machine that Hauser's memory of it in that, but it's sort of like it's not Quaid's memories, but Quattro has been able to go through Quaid's memory because he opened his mind to get into
your mind.
Yeah, to get into Hauser's memory, sort of thing. Well, anyway, they shoot little Quattro and that because that was the mission. That was the mission.
Was to
get the Quattro.
Yeah, because he's telepathic, so he would have picked up Hauser fucking straight away. No worries on that score with the old telepathy. But since Hauser didn't know he was Hauser, he thought he was Quaid. There was nothing to pick up.
Yeah, and so the shoot little Quattro and that shit, and fucking try then to fucking get back Hauser, which is the scene where fucking Hagen fucking explains everything. Yeah, he explains everything of what's been happening.
Copenhagen.
Yeah. And Terry, I know, says, "Get your ass to Mars." Yeah, and Jill says hi to Terry, and Terry saying hi to Jill. Yeah. Well, yeah. So when fucking Cohagen explains to Quaid that you are the fake memory, and then he should because Quaid says bullshit because it's bullshit. He's not believing that fucking he's a fake memory. Well, then he shows him the fucking recording that they did of him and fucking Hauser explaining to or having Hauser explain to himself. Yeah, because the thing is
basically you might not remember when Hauser was Hauser, but Pepperidge Farms does.
And Terry's.
I've got 5 kids to feed.
No, it's 7. I've got 7 kids to feed.
Remember, there's that scene where he turns out to be a traitor. He's like, "I got 4 kids to feed," and Arnold's like, "What happened to the 5th one?" He's like, "Ah, man, you got me. I ain't even married."
Yeah, the mutant. Yeah. Well, yeah.
What was his name? Benny. Yeah.
The
cab driver.
Yeah. The mutant cab driver. Dude. Yeah.
Oh, the emergency medical hologram.
No, the black dude was like.
No, I'm thinking of Johnny Cabs. Johnny Cabs ended up being lost in the Delta Quadrant on Voyager.
Yeah.
But not Benny Cabs. Benny Cabs is the one with the exactly. Forgot how many kids he had.
No. There was the Johnny Cabs.
Johnny Cabs and Benny Cabs. Johnny Cabs obviously didn't have any kids because he was a robot or a hologram.
It's like, you forgot to pay your fare, and he's like, "Sue me, dickhead."
Yeah. Gil saying,
There's a lot of great
no.
Arnie one-liners in that movie.
Yeah, yeah. About the Voyager, the Doctor from Voyager, I think is Johnny Cabinet. But,
Consider
well,
that a divorce.
yeah. Well, anyway,
Oh yeah, that was great.
yeah. Well, anyway,
Consider that a divorce.
so anyway, fucking Arnie, because Hauser
Arnie, hang
knows.
on, that's another layer. No, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the actor. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
saying Tim Roth.
I
I mean,
know.
Officer Freddy. Basically, Mr. Orange is Quaid, and Hauser is Officer Freddy, the person he really is. And Recall is like the commode.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, when it gets to that time where fucking Hauser knows that it'll be time to get
Officer
Quaid
Freddy,
memories removed,
Mr.
he
Orange.
does that little fucking video with him and Cohagen saying, "Look, I want my body back. You know, I was here first. I don't want to be Indian give it." But Hauser knows that he'll be talking to himself, and even though it won't be himself, it'll be his body, and he doesn't want his body getting any emotional damage, so he tries to let himself down easily, which he sort of like does, but then he's still not sort of like fucking prepared to like fucking get his memory changed and that, but they try and force him, and this is where the arm restraints, if there had been, if Hauser and have done,
before it was going to give the role instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, they were going to give it to Woody Allen, so that would have turned out right.
Yeah,
is that for real?
Yeah, then if they if given it to someone with
that would work,
normal arm who couldn't rip the metal pole out of the arm restraint, then the film would have ended with them being Hauser at that party with the sleazy brunette
Melina and Richter.
Sleazy.
Yeah, having drinks with Cohagen and fucking Richter.
Please.
See you at the party, Richter. That was a cool scene when he gets his arm ripped off on the elevator. I fucking love that.
But because fucking does weights and that, he fucking is able to, as Quaid, rip the arm restraint off and smash it into some dude and stop his fucking Quaid memory from being fucking retracted from Hauser's body.
So basically, Cohagen and his cohorts, when they implanted the Quaid alternate persona, kind of fucked up and didn't do it right, because obviously Quaid, the personality was too strong for the programming. Right?
No. Well, they did it right. The only thing they didn't do was have fucking somebody. The thought them arm restraints would have held him, but they didn't, and that's what fucks up, because that arm restraint didn't help.
Basically, the was that he went to Recall. Basically, I imagine that the nearest equivalent in Reservoir Dogs would be if before they went on the robbery, just to chill out, right? The entire gang, they went onto some kind of paintball or laser tag, or cops, but it was cops and robbers. And Mr. Orange started spazzing out, thinking he was a cop, started shooting everyone. It'd be like that, basically, because he got confused about who he was.
Yeah, and so because he's confused who he is, he fucking rips the fucking arm restraint out.
Oh, what are you doing? I'm Mr. Orange. I'm off free.
And so because he stopped his fucking memory from getting out of Hauser,
fucker,
he's Quaid. And then there's a scene at the end where fucking Hagen still wants fucking Hauser back, but he says to Quaid like, I wanted Hauser, but no, you had to be Quaid. And he's real pissed off because he knows that he's going to have to shoot his mate who helped him bring down Quattro and his gang. And
Nice
it's
guy.
because
Guy
he's,
Quattro.
yeah, and it's all because of the memory of fucking Quaid. Quaid's memory
Freddie,
is fucking stopping fucking Hauser from being Hauser. And so Kurt Hagen has to fucking kill him before he sets the machine off. Which the machine there's oxygen, and that's why Cohagen doesn't want the oxygen machine to be started because it fucks up his business of selling oxygen on Mars.
Yeah, it was like called tyrium or something.
So
like the mineral.
Richter being the right hand man. Richter is basically nice guy Eddie, and Cohagen, he's like the boss man, isn't he?
Like Joe, right?
Yeah, Joe. Yeah. Exactly. Cohagen is Joe, and Richter is nice guy Eddie. Now it's starting to see. It all makes sense now.
Yeah. And then there's a bit at the end where fucking she jokes with him, saying, "Oh yeah,
that's the police.
You think this is a fucking dream?"
Quattro is.
Well, that's what fucked up people, because it's not a dream.
Phew. Sorry, I mixed up your memory. Quattro is Joe, and so Joe is basically in the stomach of nice guy Eddie. There you go. That makes sense again. Yeah, it's the police. The sergeant is basically Copenhagen, Sergeant Copenhagen.
But yeah, in that film, though, at the end,
the commode, because he's going into recall to give his story. No, that's not right. Oh shit! I almost had it.
Yeah, right. Well, at the end of the film, you see fucking Hauser. His body getting off with the sleazy brunette, but with fucking Quaid's memory. And that's how the film ends.
Yeah.
Been muted.
You got me ear muted?
Yeah. Well, you have to finish the ending. I had to finish the ending. You was going on about fucking Mr. fucking Orange and that.
I'm trying to tie it in thematic. I'm trying to get into Citizen's head because it all well for me. Look, let's stop fucking around. When my story comes out, it's basically going to be a cross between my 5 favorite films, and you know it is. So I'm just trying to mush it all together. All right, I'm doing it for me. I'm trying to mush them together in the one film in my head.
Or find the parallels. Yeah.
Yeah,
it is interesting to do that kind of thing. I like that kind of thought experiment.
You get those 5 skeletons together, and you're going to get my script basically, Mr. Orange Cohagen. I mean, fuck, shit. Hang on. Yeah, so Freddy is Hauser, and Mr. Orange, that's Quaid. Okay, we're back.
You know, Spidey's saying hi to Terry. Terry's saying hi to Spidey. And Spidey's saying hello to George Lucas. Right. And then Spidey's about Woody Allen should be Superman.
Correct.
Doesn't need the muscle right yet.
Exactly. Now you're talking. See, Cavill, he should play Batman.
Definitely not Robert Pattinson. We know that for sure. Yeah. If Robert Pattinson had been fucking Hauser that
would never have worked. He would have never got out of the restraints, and he would have ended up being Hauser again.
Yeah.
And he would have died at the beginning of the movie because he wouldn't have been able to beat up all those guys in the alleyway without stunt double.
They would have had it. or he'll be throttled to death by Sharon Stone by Laurie.
Laurie, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
Another film solved.
Yeah, good movie. Thanks for recommending it, guys. You know, and Pavlov also. You know, I mean, you know, I had to see it. How highly you guys spoke of it, and yeah, I like it. It's obviously dated, you know, but
Yeah.
the story is solid. I love the story, and it made me think. And talk with you guys. It's helping me clear it up and what's exactly happening, you know, and understanding it. But yeah, it's a mind fuck.
Yeah. Well, in
I like
in
it. Fuck.
yeah, in the film, it is you're supposed to believe that Quaid is Quaid because you see him as Quaid and all that, but at the end of the film, you realise no,
He's
Hauser with the memory.
The memory implant of Quaid. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
Quaid living Hauser's life like Marty A living Marty B's life. Same thing, really.
So apparently there's a remake. I've never seen the trailer or I don't know
Yeah.
anything about it.
I
It has
recommend-
Colin Farrell or something, right?
It's not all that, but it really got a slate. It's not that bad. Well, it's one of those. If you lower your expectations, you'll enjoy it. But therefore, I've just prevented it happening.
Yeah,
I like Bill.
Yeah.
How's the story line up? Is it like a lot different? Pretty similar, pretty much the same retread, or what would you?
Well,
how would you...
It really is a classic, isn't it? It's a remake, but it's different. They're not on Mars, but they go instead of Mars, it's Australia.
Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's shit it is.
Wow.
And get this.
Planet Core.
Yeah, they go through the center of the earth like on a little tube fucking tunnel thing.
What the fuck? That sounds totally different. Like completely different. Like a whole like why did they even call it Total Recall? That's crazy. Australia instead of Mars?
Plot elements are the same because he starts off by fucking Kate Beckinsale, but almost in Helen Baxendale then, don't confuse them. Or character Laurie, played by Kate Beckinsale, who's really got it in for him in this one for some reason. But then eventually he gets rescued by Melina, Jessica Biel. A better Melina, I think. So I think Jessica Biel's Melina is better. But then also there is a parallel to the can you hear yourself, Mr. Quaid? And I appreciate the fact that they tried to do it the same but different, but they fucked it. And the original's better, but I like also good costumes. You know, two top fit birds, can't go wrong with that. Let's face it. And equally, you know, depending on how you swing, Colin Farrell also not too bad to look at.
Totally sorry though, compared to the original.
Well, it's Arnie very violent, the original. No, I think the one I give it a whatever out of 10, whatever, pick a number. But you know, it's right?
The original's an 11. The remake's 2.
That's one thing I really enjoyed about the original was the action. That was one of the best parts.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Captain. What are you saying?
6'9". Yeah, see the other one with low expectations and you'll be all right. Just for comparison.
Yeah. Watch the other one. Okay. Yeah, watch the other one and then just think, well, you could be eating bugs. Then yeah, it might seem all right.
But no, because I made a point of switching off as soon as Paul Verhoeven, because I've got the same, well, obviously a slightly different edition, but I too have a director's commentary. When I got to the bit where director Paul Verhoeven said, "Hello, I'm director Paul Verhoeven. Please enjoy my movie with the violence and the hardcore sex and softcore drugs. But really, what I want to explore is whether this is a dream or not. And really, I'm going to answer the question." And then I switched it off because I thought death of the author. So pause of the author, pause of the director. But you've answered it. So he doesn't understand his own movie. He thinks it's a dream. What are you, Dutch Muppet?
Yeah, he says it's a dream, or he's quoted as the
What and
Van Housen or whatever his name is, the
like Bob
director.
Gale and Zemeckis don't understand their own movie. Oh dear. I mean, ha 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 ha.
Is it dream or is it real? I don't know. I just work here. I'm just directing this. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a good example for Death of the Author because he should have kept. Yeah, well done, Verhoeven. You should have kept your mouth shut, shouldn't you? Because you got it wrong. It's actually not a dream.
Yeah. Well, there's like different interpretations in these sometimes of the film come from the book or the screenplay.
And short story. I mean, at this
Yeah.
point, a graphic novel or I recommend the short story if you do like your transmedia canonical verisimilitude. Because as mentioned in the short story, there's a third layer. Because in the short story, it is true. So unlike Blade Runner, the story agrees with the movie that it's true, then disagrees with the director. But that memory's been suppressed because of a previous alien invasion, which has been held off until the character's death. And if he dies, when he dies, the alien invasion is back on. So that's Philip K. Dick with the short story, not novel, short story. We Can Remember It For You, wholesale.
Yeah, I looked it up before the show, and his name's Quail, not Quaid in the book.
Yeah,
or in the story. But in the story sounds a little seems like the story diverges from the film a bit, you know, which transmedia canonical verisimilitude. But I'm still interested to read it, you know. Just
give it a go. But yeah, the short story is unfaithful to the book. It's that way around.
But definitely in the film, it's all real, apart from Quaid's fake implant memory.
Yeah, the story's real, but Quaid isn't.
When I was watching it, though, even though I know it's like a 1990 flick, I wish there was more mutants in the mutant part of town. It seemed like there was like a few token ones, you know. Would have been cool if it was like more of them, like half of the population or something.
More topless hookers.
Yeah, but in them days, they have to like go through like loads of fucking makeup and that shit, and so to have like about 5 or 6 mutants, it took like fucking like 12 fucking costume fucking or maybe fucking 20 sort of costume people and that to do them. So it was expensive in them days to fucking get a mutant going.
Yeah. I'm one of you. I got 5 kids to feed. I wasn't expecting Benny the cab driver to be a traitor. That was kind of a curveball.
He
seemed like a good dude, you know, and he was a mutant, so.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say the fucking
the fact that he was that just goes see mutant prejudice doesn't mean he's a good guy.
No, but because the mutants was fighting for their rights and that, you would think him being a mutant, he would be fighting for his mutant rights, but he sold out, didn't he? Because he was getting paid, so he like sold his own sort of mutant kind out. It was a bit suspicious how he started fucking tagging along by going, "What's the rest of me now?" Like, no, we'll fuck off somewhere. They'll stop following you because there'll be more. And even if they do find you, you can just say, "Well, he fucked off that way."
Yeah, he was tagging along. That's right, because when he first shows up to Mars, there's that one cabbie who's trying to get him to jump in the cab, and then Benny comes up, but then he like goes into the hotel and gets his security deposit box or whatever. But when he comes back out, Benny's waiting for him, just waiting for him. So, yeah, I like how films foreshadow those kind of things, you know, like subtly.
Yes, That
I didn't see it coming at all though. But
that's the key to good writing. That's why a shock that's from out of nowhere is not good writing. You've got to give clues. The trick is to put out clues that everyone misses. That's the thing. Second time around, you're like, oh, that is. I'm telling you, that is the mark of good writing. When second time round, you see all those clues as if it's a different movie.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it happens in a few Bond films and that. Be thinking, oh yeah, that's why they didn't get killed.
This never happened to the other fellow. Burn out, burn out, burn. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Bond?
Yeah. Total Recall or fucking. It was a great film though. I love it because like the bit where Benny gets fucked up and that by Arnie because he sticks that sort of drill machine into the fucking
Oh yeah, through the side of the tank he's driving or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of like construction fucking demolisher tank thing that he's fucking in. Yeah. And yeah, real funny how fucking and he's like, I forget what he says, but he does a one-liner. But I think it's screw you all. And then you hear Billy screaming like a bitch, which you would do if you're getting half your fucking side drilled in or whatever it was getting drilled in. He got enough drilled in that fucking after about fucking a minute or two. Well, not even but about 30 seconds of drilling, he was dead. So and he got into a vital organ. And yeah, the scene where fucking you know this captain where like you think this is the real Quaid?
Oh, with a hologram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was using that hologram machine.
Yeah.
That was fucking great.
Yeah.
You thought that was Quaid.
Yeah.
That was fucking great.
Yeah. And the bit, as you were saying, when fucking Richter gets his arms cut off.
Yeah, like honestly, if this movie watching it flew by. Like it didn't seem like 2 hours at all, which is just under 2 hours, right? But I would have liked to see the story expanded on more. I could have sat through that story for like 3 more, like a whole nother hour, explaining it a little more in depth because it's a wild ride. It's fast,
Well, it's from the 90s. We don't do film for dumb cunts.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm trying to say that you're a bit slow on the uptake when it comes to fucking watching films because you fucking had you watched fucking thingy, didn't you? The Force Awakens. So
yeah, I watched Force Awakens once. No, twice.
yeah,
that's it.
So there we go. That's how much you know about movies. You fucking went amongst that shit.
But you never seen Force Awakens, Jens? Are you honestly telling me you never seen Force Awakens?
It's got a female fucking lead. What? Am I a female fucking Jedi Knight? No. Well, I'm going to watch that.
Merciless, isn't he?
Well, I was lucky. My fucking don't watch any film that's got a female lead in it unless like you heard that.
Damn, Jens, I had no idea you had never seen Force Awakens. That's a trip.
Well,
I know you love Star Wars.
Yeah, but as I say, I practically have because I've listened to enough fucking films of it. I mean, YouTube clips of it where there was giving their sort of fucking rundown of it and fucking reviewing fucking with spoilers and everything and that. So I practically have seen it. Well, I practically have seen the shit bits of it.
Well,
Like
just because
fucking-
I've seen Force Awakens doesn't mean I enjoyed it or thought it was a good movie by any stretch, you know. But I
No,
love Star Wars, man. I've always loved Star Wars, so of course I was going to see it, you know. But yeah,
uh,
Ray sucks.
well,
But that has nothing to do with Total Recall. But yeah, that fuck Force Awakens.
yeah. Well, I love some things, but if it was smearing shit by Kathleen Kennedy, I don't think I'd wear them.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
The
But
Emperor
anyway,
back without explanation. Can you hear yourself, Miss Kennedy?
the Force is female. Are you sure, Miss Kennedy? Can you hear yourself?
I thought the Force was an energy field that surrounds all living things. It's not male or female. It's an energy field, like electricity, right?
Mm,
But I suppose
yeah,
electricity has a positive
the
and negative.
Weeble,
So
no, it wasn't the
wouldn't the Force be
Weeble,
like
but
a
it was something
balance?
like that.
What?
The wills, that's it. It was all about the wills.
The Whills.
Yeah.
The
That's what
Whills.
George Lucas was going to go into in the 7, 8, and 9 sort of installments, but Kathleen, not real funny for fucking George, but real funny for fucking people who fucking hate fucking Kathleen Kennedy. But that bitch, she fucking fucked George Lucas over by saying, "Oh yeah, we'll do that, George. We'll fucking
Oh yeah, she lied right to his face.
we'll fucking go and sort of get your sort of advice in that. Yeah, you
These
and-
characters to live in the way that George intended.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, they just fucked him over because George had done like drawing. Well, I don't think he'd drawn them, but he might have because I think he does do. But anyway, if he hadn't drawn, they'd done some fucking pre-sketches and that of like, oh yeah, this is sort of like fucking what we think it should. And yeah, the Kathleen Kate. Yeah, fuck off. The Force is female. That's why I didn't fucking go see it. Can you imagine me walking around with a t-shirt saying the Force is female?
I thought she like that. All that happened after Force Awakens came out, or am I wrong? I don't remember. It was a long time. It was like what 2015 when it came out, something like that.
Yeah. But like, I'm just saying.
Second movie before you'd seen the first movie and you had no idea who was writing the third movie. Can you hear yourself, Miss Kennedy? I believe it went on your head.
You wanted to kill off Han Solo, who was one of the main characters. Can you hear yourself, Mrs. Kennedy?
I don't know, man. Force Awakens, it had Finn as potentially going to be a Jedi, so it wasn't like it didn't seem like it was all about Rey. I mean, in a way it did, but she wasn't completely. I mean, she was overpowered, or Mary Sue. But I don't know, man. There was the potential for Finn to be a Jedi, which never happened.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah. They led. They told that Boyega, isn't it? Fucking John Boyega, I think his name is. But
yeah.
They told him.
John Boy.
Yeah, that's it. John Boyega. Boyega. Anyway,
John Boyega.
They told him, fucking, you're probably gonna be, and like he should have known, like the key word, probably. You're probably, because I think there's something on the lines of, oh yeah, you're probably gonna be a fucking first black fucking Jedi Knight and all this shit. And so he was like, real
fucking window.
Yeah.
Because I know they definitely didn't say to him, oh yeah, well, John, how do you fancy playing a little soy bitch who goes around screaming Ray every fucking time you see Ray? Yeah, Ray.
Damn, Captain, you sounded just like him. That was perfect.
Yeah, I know he definitely didn't want to sign up for that because John Boy fucking Boyega fucking, he's got like a bit of dignity and that shit. And so if he'd have known what fucking role he'd been playing, he'd have probably rather asked for a fucking different role. He might have wanted to play Poe or something.
Yeah.
Or just said, "Oh no, okay, I'll do something else."
Can you hear yourself, Mr. Dameron? You crashed your TIE fighter into the ground and just walked away unscathed and then crawled through the desert for 3 weeks without food and water. And suddenly you're back on the rebel base on a different planet. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Dameron?
And
He's a replicant.
that scene with fucking Rose Tico where she crashes him out.
What, all of them? All the scenes with Rose Tico?
Yeah, but
Also,
the one where she crashes fucking John Boy out of the way of fucking blowing up the fucking laser beam that's taken, even though he should have been dead fucking 3 seconds into fucking flying into that laser beam. But
She's all like, sometimes we got to let everybody, the entire resistance, die because I got the hots for you.
yeah, what
And
a
he's all like, yeah.
fucking joke. Oh, one of my mates, right? And this is when I said I'm not watching that because it's a female fucking lead Jedi Knight is going to be shit in that, right? Well, anyway, he was like, "Oh, well, he was one of them Star Wars fucking loves it," and that. He's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to go watch it." And that. Well, even him, like, they don't want to talk about it. It's like, no, just forget about that.
You're going to free the animals, but not the human slaves. Can you hear yourself, Tico?
Yeah.
You're gonna fly the ship right into the enemy Star Destroyer. Can you hear yourself, Miss Holdo?
You're gonna fucking get blown into space and fly back. Can you hear yourself, Mrs. Leah?
Mrs. Leah.
Oh, yeah, Mrs. Princess Leah.
You got blown out of an airlock by your own son or one of his mates, and you flew through space like Mary Poppins, entered an airlock, and then entered the main spaceship without any in-between airlock, and yet no one died. Can you hear yourself, Miss General Leia?
You was crushed by your fucking apprentice Sith and was chucked down an airlock where you exploded, but then you returned. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Emperor? Can you hear yourself?
You spent 13 years with Owen Mars with a golden reach around. Can you hear yourself, Mr. 3PO? You bypass the compressor with a shit-eating grin. Can you hear yourself, Ms. Palpatine?
Yeah, why the fuck didn't Owen recognize C-3PO and R2-D2?
Right, exact. Thank you, 3PO. I can't believe it's you. 12 years we spent together, 19 years apart. Oh, there were many months where you were my only friend. Oh, 3PO. Exactly.
Well, they all look the same. Yeah, but the droids all look the same to fucking Uncle.
They don't sound the same. I've heard that one. They've each got a unique individual voice. The moment he heard him say moisture evaporators, he should have been on his knees, throwing his chubby arms around 3PO's golden ankles. 3PO. Oh, 3PO. What are the odds of you're coming back here just by chance? Are these Jawas or Jedi? 3PO, I don't know what's more shocking, the fact that I've seen you here now, or the fact you're here just by chance. No clue that this is the farm that you spent 13 years. Oh, 3PO, what are the odds of your being here just by chance?
Yeah, Star Wars is pretty much ruined.
Yeah.
And George fucked it up well before he even sold it. But
Yeah.
Well, not as bad as fucking what's happened.
yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. I'll take Jar Jar over any of the
Yeah.
Disney
Well, it's
stuff
like
except
saying
Mandalorian.
the dumpster fire.
Mandalorian was the only thing they've done that was okay, but
Yeah, true.
I mean, it had some shitty things in it too,
Mandalorian.
some woke shit. So
Yeah.
it had its
With
problems too.
Mandalorian, though, George Lucas sort of like went on set and that, didn't he? And he was like pleased with it. He was like fucking happy with the Mandalorian.
Hey, Mr. Blandalorian, can you go and sort out this week's thing? Okay. And look, Grogu.
Because he'd be really fucking buzzing with the revenue it would have fucking created for him.
The Blandalorian. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, because he'd have definitely got some fucking royalties from the Mandalorian. Because
They
it's
really-
practically,
I would
Yeah,
have done. I would have done.
it's
episode
practically Boba Fett
goes,
and a baby Yoda, in it. So
I was your father all along. Ben's the father. The ultimate twist, isn't it? Ben is Luke's father. You're welcome. You're welcome, George. Well,
So anyway, this is a great Total Recall discussion we're having.
I know, right? How about
How did it
that?
evolve
Well, it
into
is, darling.
Star Wars?
yeah, well, we explained to you, fucking, it's not a dream. If it had been a dream, he'd have woke up at the end, fucking, with Sharon Stone as his wife.
Yeah, you know, like I said, that scene with the representative from Recall when he has that bead of sweat going down his head, that's what told me that it's real. You know,
Yeah.
because if it was a dream, why would he have a bead of sweat on his head? You know,
Dr.
yeah.
Edgemar.
it's a small little
Dr.
clue, but
Wade.
I watched it. Like I said, I watched it twice. Watched it once like 2 days ago. Watched it again today, and today, yeah, I lean towards not a dream. But although I found out the director says it is a dream, so I don't know, man. But I agree with you guys. It
Put it
seems
this
pretty
way.
real.
If I was
Seems like-
on it, the moment
Go
I
ahead.
saw that bead of sweat, I gone, bullshit. If this is a dream and she's my wife, either way, she should suck my dick right now. And I'll go, well, either way, I'm getting a blowy out of this situation.
Yeah. Dream or not. I'm fucking the maid.
So
So
I
that's
was,
the thing.
when I
Does
was
it
re-
count as
sorry,
two
Captain,
shag?
go ahead.
Because I've never seen with Melina doing it. So does it count as a two shagger?
Oh yeah, definitely a tool shag of that because he's already shagged her on he as fucking
Yeah, because as the memory of when he was Hauser. Yeah.
Yeah, we never see him do it with Melina though. I'm saying it's a one shagger.
No, it's a tool shag because they probably start shagging at the end when it's like, do you think this is? Do you think
They-
still think this is a
yes.
dream because we're gonna go shag?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I mean, she's sleazy, but she's not slutty. Hmm?
No, but he's just saved all the mutants and that, and he's like
They
done
haven't.
exactly.
But,
Yeah,
it's a one
he's done
shag,
exactly what she wanted, and so of course he's getting a shag.
borderline. Yeah, it's a hand job.
It's full on shag.
It's a Melina hand job.
No,
It's
she's
off-
wanting a Hauser
Offspring
back.
shag.
She's wanting a Hauser cock back.
Yeah, well, she shag him knowing he's Hauser.
No, she's shagging him knowing he's Quaid.
He's
but
not
got
quite in his
Hauser's
house.
cough.
Jens, there is no Quaid. Don't you get it? There is no Quaid.
No, there is. There is. There is. There is, but Quaid is a fake memory.
He's an implant.
Yeah. And so,
Implant,
but,
Mitchell.
but because he fucking believes he's Quaid,
Oh,
he is Quaid.
I am Quaid.
Yeah, I am Quaid. Oh,
Quaid is a stupid dream, and it's about to end.
Mm.
Yeah, that whole scene when he's about to trigger the machines to melt the glaciers and shit, when Cohagen is there confronting him. Great scene.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he didn't just shoot him though. Like, because when he like tries to reach for the
Because he
handprint
wants his
thing to
he's-
turn it on, he like shoots at him so he doesn't touch it. But why doesn't he just blow his head off? You know?
because he wants his mate Hauser back.
So you think at that point he still has hope that maybe he could bring
Yeah.
Hauser back in some maybe or something?
Yeah, because he like that's him to me. I wanted Hauser, but no, you have to be Quaid. And he's still resenting the fact that the fake memory of fucking Quaid is stopping him.
Hauser.
So maybe he was hesitating because it was his friend in a way,
Yeah.
right? That's why he was adding all the exposition to the story too, right?
Yeah,
I want
because
to speak to Long Beach Mike.
that's why it's not a dream. Because if it had been a dream at the end, after it was all finished, it'd have woke up in the fucking recall center and they'd have been all like, hey, sir, was that a great fucking experience? And it'd been like, oh, yeah. Well, it woke up just after he shagged the fucking sooty brunette, and then in the Total Recall Center, and then he'd have gone home and shagged his wife Sharon Stone. But that doesn't happen because it's not a dream.
Did you know? I was reading about the film. I didn't know this. You know the film Minority Report with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Like that was originally supposed to be a sequel to Total Recall, but then they made it a standalone film.
Right.
I didn't know that, but found out. I don't know. Did you guys ever hear that? Because both stories are by Philip K. Dick, right?
Philip K. Dick
Yeah.
writings, but they're not related to each other in the writings.
No, but I think what's the saying is like it was supposed to be Total Recall 2, but it probably didn't seem like it was Total Recall 2, so then he just called it Minority Report.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I had no idea. I mean, I know of Philip K. Dick because of his the movies that have been made, but I've never read any of his novels or anything. But I know he's pretty popular sci-fi writer.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I have seen Scanner Darkly. You seen that one?
Yeah.
Favorite.
It's okay, right? Yeah, Richard Linklater. Yeah, and they rotoscoped the whole thing, but it's supposed to be based off his novel Substance D in the future or something.
No, it is called this novel's called The Scanner Darkly also.
Yeah. Well, that is boring as fuck.
I
Well,
could
it's all right, Nick.
You thought it was boring?
Well, the ending was shit and all.
At least it wasn't soy, right?
Mm.
Boring, but not soy.
Yeah. No, I won't say because it's got Alex Jones in it, hasn't it?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
and Thingy does a good job. Oh, fuck. Woody
Junior, Woody
no,
Harrelson. We
yeah,
know,
and
right?
Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, and Robert Downey Jr. Yeah,
and Winona Ryder, Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
yeah. Because there's that bit in it where fucking Woody Harrelson's character gets a bicycle, and then fucking uh, Robert Downey Jr. says, "Oh, it's only got 5 gears," and that because they're only counting the back gears, where there's 3 on the crank that make it like a 15 speed. Oh, it's like, oh, that's not a 15 speed, it's only a 5 speed. And like, because they're only counting the back cogs and that, then fucking, when I was like, yeah, no, fucking ripped off. They ripped me off. Even though they hadn't. It's just like, I don't know whether they're so drugged up or something, or fucking they're real dumb because it's supposed to be set in the future, in it, where fucking people are all that smart and that. But yeah, well, anyway, fucking yeah, they don't know fuck all about bicycles anyway. Yeah, Pavlov's dogs says Quaid is a replicant. No, Ian Pavlov, you're talking shit. You're just saying that just so fucking you cross fucking you crossing the streams with fucking
Dreams.
yeah.
But in a way, Quaid's a replicant.
Actually, though, many a true word spoken in jest, because although that Blade Runner could be the other side of Reservoir Dogs, because the thing that Blade Runner's got in common with Total Recall that Reservoir Dogs doesn't, apart from both being based on Philip K. Dick writings, is the idea of implants. Because in Reservoir Dogs, Mr. Orange is an unreliable narrator because he's lying, but Quaid thinks he's Quaid. He actually thinks he's Quaid.
Yes.
Thinks he's a human. So actually, I'm sure Pavlov intended it as a joke, but there's something to that. Both both Quaid and Deckard think they are what we think they are, but now we know that they might be wrong. But do they know they're wrong?
Yeah, well,
that's an interesting thought. Yeah.
Human, but
what'd you say, Jens?
I think Deckard's human, and yeah, Quaid is a sort of like fucking memory replicant sort of thing, but he's not a replicant because he's in Quaid's body.
Yeah, but the same thing.
His
body's a replicant, but his mind is different.
Quaid,
right?
And Deckard thinks he's. Think about it, Jens. Hauser thinks he's Quaid. That's your insight. Well, doesn't it follow that Deckard, the skin job, thinks he's a human?
Yeah, but I still think he is a human, though.
Implant. He's a replicant, and you know it. Implants, Rachel. I'm talking about memories.
No, but I'm going back.
You remember when you were younger, Jens? You went to play doctor. It came to be your turn. You chickened out. Remember that, Jens? You ever tell anyone that?
No. Yeah, no. I think Deckard is human.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And Quaid's Quaid. Whatever. Yeah, and Quaid. Sure. And
Quaid is Quaid, but Quaid is a fake memory.
Yeah, and Deckard's a fake memory in skin job.
No, but it could be possible. It could be possible. You know, it could be possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm saying I think I go with him being human. But it could be possible that he is a replicant made to believe he is a human. because he's an advanced replicant who doesn't even know he's a replicant. Well,
Like
Exactly.
a Nexus 7,
Wait,
which
so
is never mentioned, but
Quaid is
yeah.
how
Sorry.
yeah, but I just go for like him being human because he nearly got his fucking fingers ripped off.
because Rachel is like Quaid because Rachel has the memories of Tyrell's niece. Rachel isn't actually Rachel. She's a skin job. She's a replicant. She's a fake.
Yeah.
She's a fake Chul.
Yeah.
She
That's
makes you.
where I wonder with that film is Deckard like okay, because she's a Nexus 6, right?
Yeah. No, she
So-
must be Nexus 5. No, because Nexus 6 can't think it's a human because they're superior to humans. So if the replicants that think they're humans must be a Nexus 5.
Okay.
There's no way Batty thinks he's a human because he knows he's stronger than the humans. He's a Nexus 6. But Rachel, or as I like to call her, Quaid Chul, see, she's not actually Rachel. See, that's
Quaid
what happened
Chul.
to real Rachel. Did she die in a car crash or did she move to New York? Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Captain, I love it when you melt my brain.
See, it's you tie all these things. Good, that's healthy. Keep getting your right. Your homework is to watch Blade Runner again, Total Recall again, then Scanner Darkly, then No Way Out, then skip The Usual Suspects. Just throw that straight in the bin. Then Reservoir Dogs, then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and then Rashomon, just to round it out.
I've watched about half of those, so I'll watch the other half.
I mean, basically,
Then maybe I'll be
or-
halfway caught up.
basically, if you watch all those, you don't worry about reading my forthcoming book because that's basically it's good. I'm going to mash up the whatever I just said. Anyone that watches my show, you know which films I'm obsessed with, so you can almost probably an AI could probably predict the script I'm going to write because you know what's going to happen. I might as well just make obscure or indeed not that obscure references to. Maybe I'll just have the character called Mr. Orange Quaid or something. And his real name is Freddie Hauser. But I recommend No Way Out. Citizen, have you seen No Way Out? Kevin Costner, Sean Young.
No, I have not even heard of it. No way
Right.
out.
That's your next one. If you keep wanting to get your brain scrambled, your next one on the list is No Way Out.
With Kevin Costner.
Yep. And Sean Young. And Gene Hackman.
Hackman. Awesome.
Hackman. Yeah. Scotty's favourite. Scotty just watched it. Scotty, classic Scotty. He doesn't get it. Didn't like it. Obviously hasn't got a clue. In the context of the movies that we've been watching, you're going to see the pattern. That's all I need to say at this point. Well, there may or may not be an unreliable narrator. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I gotta say, man, like my friends online who've recommended movies to me have not let me down, you know. And I would have never watched Total Recall had you guys not suggested it. And so, thanks for that, you know. And I'm glad I watched it. I'll watch it again. I own it now, so I can watch it however many times I want.
Well, when you do watch it, we'll do a fucking watch party if you want, because I'm up for it. Because I've got, as I say, I practically can fucking say off by heart that film, but there is like little bits that I would have forgot. So yeah, if you're up for a watch party anytime.
Names Total fucking Recall.
The thing about watch parties though is like you can't show anything on screen, you know? It's just all
True.
like and there's lots of times when you're watching the film where it's just dead air, you know? But I don't know. I've done watch parties before and they are fun, but I don't know.
Well, it won't be with me. I can do it on my fucking channel if you don't do it on yours, but
By the way,
easily done.
Citizen, have you noticed that on the director's commentaries where sometimes they're meant to be making a commentary for you and it goes silent because they start watching the movie?
Yes, exactly.
I hate that's one of my number one first world problems, pet peeves. I'm like, because I'm like, I've seen the movie, I bought it for the. I'm like, hey, come on, director, Verhoeven, start talking, bitch. Come on, explain the movie.
Yeah, well said, Captain. I can't tell you how many directors' commentaries where there's nuggets of goodness, but there's like those long pauses. Yeah, exactly.
In fact, full watch parties, because that happened to Scotty with Back to the Future, and it is a good film. It's a reminder it's a good film. My double recommendation to stop yourself getting lost in the movie: one, watch it before the watch party to get your enjoy, because you're not there to enjoy it in the watch party. You're there to entertain the chat. And two, don't watch it with headphones, but put it on basically on mute with subtitles, and then you won't get distracted by getting, and then you won't hear the music.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely.
Because that's the thing, I'm happy to do a watch party, but it is kind of like, let's be, or rather, we're not getting paid. Let's act professional. The whole point is to provide commentary for the chat. If we're just sitting there going, pass the popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
One where he just describes the movie as if it's for the hard of hearing. Here's where I get into the chopper. Oh, this is a good bit. I blow the. They think I'm a hologram, but I'm not.
Man, you just gave me a good idea for a live stream. Just like say it's a movie commentary, but just eat popcorn the whole time and don't say anything.
The Captain Spock mute. I'll just get you all on and mute you all. The mute motherfucking commentary. It's like, hey,
a completely silent stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, shut up, Captain. I'm watching the fucking movie. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Mutz? You are swinging through the jungle like a fucking chimpanzee, chasing a space alien saucer with your unreconciled with father. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Mutz?
Yeah, Captain, I agree. Do a watch through of whatever film first on your own, and then do a silent one with subtitles, and then commentate over it. That'd be better.
That is the way.
That's genius, man. I wish I would have thought of that like a year ago.
Oh no! I'll tell you what I want. There's a few things I want to watch, but I want to watch the Star Wars prequel trilogy. So live, we can discover that the whole thing's a fucking retcon, and indeed, Lucas has been taking a giant dump on his own creation years before he even. Well, he's the one that put Kennedy in charge before he sold it to Lucasfilm. Getting off the Total Recall topic,
he did.
So he did it. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Lucas? Putting the coffee girl in charge of the entire company. You're right there,
Cat?
Yeah? What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You saying Kathy liked it? No, I'm saying she hated every minute of it. Poor Georgie.
Georgie boy.
That is kind of crazy that George Lucas shows up in the chats from time to time.
How do we know it's not actually George Lucas?
That'd be fucking dope if it was, man. But it could be, maybe. Wouldn't it be cool, though?
Well, that's why I had to chew him out for his stupid fucking prequel trilogy.
But yeah, I've tried to chat with George in the chats. He always ignores me. So it might be the real George Lucas.
Yeah. Oh, well, you touched our hearts, George. Thanks for, first time round. It was good. Before the dark times, before the Disney Empire. I might rewatch the other Total Recall, mainly to get a dose of Jessica's ass. Beale, that is.
I can't believe it's to Australia rather than Mars, though. Man, I can't get over that.
Well,
when you first told me that, I thought you were joking.
Well, one's alien inhospitable, has no atmosphere, and the other one's Mars.
Ching. Where's the drum? Where's the drum sound? Man, Captain, you're full of jokes tonight. Good ones too.
I do try. No, I think Jens and I started riffing on the old "Can you hear yourself?" That's going to be a winner for a few weeks. Just any time you see a bad movie, just it's almost like the pitch meetings. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Abrams? It's the same Spock, but it's a different Spock.
Yeah. Oh, do they say that in those pitch meeting videos on YouTube? Like, can you hear yourself? Is that where you guys are riffing on that from, or was
Oh,
it?
I'm just spontaneously kind of took away credit and said it's like, yeah, it's nothing like that at all. I don't know why I even said that. Although, now I've mentioned it, the entire existence of pitch meetings is based on the comedy routine, based on the idea of a pitch meeting. But the very, very first film that
I've seen the channel. Yeah, I've seen the Back to the Future one too. Yeah,
but
I know what you're talking about.
The one that gave them the idea that because it's so bad as a pitch, so that's why we're onto something, and that's without the time travel.
Yeah, no, the fucking "Can you hear yourself" thing is from Total Recall when he's like trying to bullshit.
From Total Recall. Can you hear yourself, Mr. Jens, asking if it's a quote from Total Recall, the film we've just
I'm not fucking asking. I'm telling. Can Citizen hear himself? He was like, "Oh, what's this? Hear yourself from?" And he's from Total Recall.
What scene? What scene is it?
It's when he's talking to the dude in the fucking bedroom where he's saying you're in a like
Oh, I see. The dude from Recall. Got it.
Yeah,
I've only seen it twice, man. Give me a break, man.
Yeah, well,
come on.
Arnie says to him, sort of like, "Oh, I'm here to see the sleazy brunette and that," and then the dude to try and fucking blag Arnie is like, "Can you hear yourself, Mr. Quaid?" He says, "Oh, something like, oh, you're not Mr. Quaid. You're at the Total Recall Center." And he's like, "No, I'm here to see the sleazy brunette. She's real." And that's when he's like, "Can you hear yourself, Mr. Quaid? She's real." And he's like, "Yeah, she's real because I dreamt her." And he's like, "You dreamt her? Can you hear yourself, Mr. Quaid?
Oh,
she's real because you dreamt her." And he's just trying to blag fucking Quaid into taking the pill. And so I think I did a few too many. Can you hear you? But anyway,
I get the joke now. Okay, sorry, but I've only seen it twice, man. So, but I get it now. I remember now. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you hear yourself, Mr. Jens?
There you go.
I do. I do. That's why I'm so good.
Excellent. You are damn good. This has been a damn good stream, man. Like, sorry it didn't work out on my channel. I didn't think I would get struck, but thanks for carrying it on, man.
Yeah. Well, it's okay because it's your channel. You fucked up. If you'd have done that on my stream, I'd have been pissed off on my channel. But because it was on your channel, I was like, all right, yeah, fair enough.
Well, I'd never do it on your channel without asking, of course, but I thought it'd be cool to have like triggers, or just cut up some scenes. But the algorithm caught it apparently. But yeah, I cut that. Like, I took a bunch of scenes off YouTube and cut them up, but still got pulled. So I don't know. Sucks. But next time I won't do that. Next time I'll do still screenshots.
You should have gone with screenshots. You'd been better off with some stills in a sort of like fucking what's it called? Where it fucking shows them like every 5 seconds or 10.
It's like a slideshow.
Yeah. You should have put some stills on a slideshow, and as long as because it might have been that fucking 3-titted alien, even though
that might have been
tits. All 3 of them tits are fake because she's got a real 2 tits underneath them.
Right. It might have been that, but yeah, sorry about that, guys. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get pulled because I changed the speed of it and chopped it up, but yeah. Anyway, thank you, Jens, for carrying on the show. I'm glad we got to actually still get to talk about it. So, great flick. I loved it. It's pretty good. I'll watch it again and again, for years to come, I'm sure. So
Yeah, sure. Some other people and that, and you'll be able to explain to them, fucking, what's happening. That no, it's not a dream.
Yep, it's not
yeah,
a question.
exactly.
Skins have solved it.
Yeah.
All right, Stamp. Admitted to Mars.
All right, we're done.
Yeah. Right. Well, thank people in the chat. Cheers, Pablo's dog. And that. Cheers, Canadian Spider-Man. Cheers, Terry Milbank.
Cheers, everyone. Where's the party?
Cheers, Anti-Derivative Jew.
Why is no one in the chat commenting on Total Recall?
Cheers, John Lucas. I think we've talked enough of George Lucas. I think we've talked enough of Total Recall. But yeah, cheers, George Lucas. And I think that's it.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
So unless there's anything else, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think call that. So, thanks for fucking being on the fucking Total Recall talk, Captain and Citizen and the
Thank you.
audience.
Yeah, man.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Captain.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Never
Yeah.
a sure.
Yeah. There you go. Thanks for everybody. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.